Hi everyone, I'm going to share the answers to the question that I chose this week. The initial question being, how do I learn? For me, this has changed because 5 years ago I had a minor brain injury and I really had to change how I learn. And Elder Bednar's advice of asking, seeking, and knocking makes a lot of sense to me because I really do have to seek things in more than one way to really learn. I probably already was that way, but it's really been emphasized that I have to try more than one way to have something really make sense in my mind. And the question that I added to that was, how can I recognize my strengths and the strengths of my students in learning? And I think this question came to me because I've had to really figure out what my new strengths are since that brain injury. And it really makes a difference when I can focus in on those strengths, and the strengths that other people have when they learn are just as important. And so at the bottom of this quote here it says, honesty, effort, commitment, and persistence are required in asking, seeking, and knocking. And I think that to understand your strengths and to learn, you really have to put in the effort. I had Katie Tanner reply to my post last week, and she gave me several scripture references. I took these two from Moroni 10 because they really talk about how spiritual gifts come from God. And the first one, part of it says that we deny not the gifts of God, for they are many. And that just shows me there are many different ways people can learn and have strengths, but they all come from God. And that's reiterated in the second reference, that at the end it says that you remember that every good gift cometh of Christ. So the strengths that I have, or the strengths that the students that I might teach in the future have, they come from God, and we need to make the effort to find out what those strengths are and help them develop those strengths even more. And finally, Jane Addams, she seemed to ask, seek, and knock in figuring out who needed help in education, sought ways to fix the problem, and knocked by telling people and figuring out how to make her plan work. And she really cared about the working class and how to help them be educated. And she tells a story of a manufacturer that took twin boys in, gave them the same education, then gave them a chance to work in his office. And one became known as the bright one and one as the stupid one. And the stupid one finally was dismissed and put into the factory, where it was discovered that he quickly betook himself into the shops, where he became a wide awake and valuable workman. So his strengths were different, and it just took this experience for this manufacturer to realize that people have strengths in different ways, and that they can take the same education but take them in totally different ways and still be successful. And I thought that that's really important to understand with myself and with others, is that our strengths are unique. They come from God, but they can also be a blessing regardless of where you take that strength. And so that's kind of my big takeaway, is that we need to ask our students about their strengths and respect those strengths, our gifts from God. We should seek ways to build those strengths, and when uncertain, we should knock and get help from others. And that's my presentation. Thank you.